Hello, my name is Dr. Atrey,
And I'm Dr. Junior, Atrey.
and we're going to talk about the human body. Now, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, which means I normally fix bones and replace hips and knees, but today we're going to talk about oxygen and how we get oxygen into the body.
And I am an orthopedic surgeon, and I'm in grade 3, which is technically not an orthopedic surgeon.
Okay, so we have lots and lots of organs in our body, don't we?
Yeah.
Can you name some organs?
We have oxygen.
No, that's not an organ.
Oh.
What organs, what things do you have inside your body that need special things to survive?
You have your lungs.
Right, lungs, and what else is inside here?
You have your brain.
Okay, and when you're doing phys ed every day, what things really need lots and lots of oxygen?
Your lungs.
Yeah, you feel it in your lungs, don't you? But also the muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you're running and when you're doing jumping jacks? You really need to have lots and lots of oxygen running into your body. And it goes into all those different organs like your brain, your lungs, and your liver. Can you stand up for me? Where is your liver, roughly?
I think my liver's right here.
Which side?
This side?
I think it's kind of over here.
Okay.
And also your tummy, or what about your stomach? Where's your stomach?
Right here.
Good. And what about your kidneys?
Your kidneys are, I think, your knees.
What?
What? But they have the word knee in them.
All right, kidney, I suppose so. All right, your kidneys are kind of around there, and they take out all the pee. So they help take out all the bad stuff from your blood.
They take out all the business.
Yeah. Okay, so every organ in your body, especially, which organ do you think needs the most amount of oxygen?
The lungs.
No.
Oh.
It's your brain. The brain's the most demanding of oxygen because it needs it. Because imagine the brain pretty much controls everything in your whole body. So it takes tons and tons of oxygen throughout the day. So the question is, what is oxygen? Can you show me what oxygen looks like?
Okay.
All right, oxygen. So we sometimes call it O2, don't we?
Yeah.
Why do we call it O2?
Well, I don't know that much about it, so
Right.
I'm going to leave it to Dr. Atrey.
Okay, well, it's called oxygen. It's called O2 because there are two oxygen molecules. Now, molecules are really tiny little small structure. And everything is made up of small little atoms. Everything. So we're mostly made up of atoms. We're entirely made up of atoms. This glass table, this laptop, paper, it's all made up of tiny atoms. And the different atoms will make up different structures. But oxygen is this, O2. And it's called O2 because there are two atoms of oxygen which are stuck together. Okay. Now, oxygen is pretty important for every cell in every organ. Every cell in every organ needs oxygen to make it produce energy. Okay, so where is oxygen found? Where do you normally find oxygen?
You normally find oxygen in your lungs.
Well, not quite. So it does go into the lungs, but where does it come from?
Your mouth.
Okay, and where does it come from to get to the mouth?
Your throat.
That's going backwards, isn't it? So where is oxygen normally kept?
In your head.
Oh my God. Oxygen is normally in the air. It's in the air. So about 20%, maybe a little bit more of air is oxygen. Okay? So you need to breathe it. Now we need to have to work a way of getting this oxygen in the air to get to my brain. So what do? How do we get it from here to inside here?
Well, you all know that air comes into your mouth and then you breathe it out.
So you're saying it comes through your mouth, stays in your mouth, and then it's out?
No, I'm not saying that. It makes a loop around your body.
Okay, but how does it do that? That's true. How does it do that?
I think it's the... No, that's...
Okay, so let's try this. I need you to stand up again. Okay, I'm going to squeeze your chest like this, and I want you to take a big breath in. Whoa, and breathe out. And breathe in. There you go. And breathe out. Okay, can you see how your rib cage is moving? So everybody put your hand on your rib cage. And again, a big breath in. There we go. So by expanding all the muscles around the ribs, it expands the ribs and it forces air, including oxygen, remember the 20% oxygen, through the nose. Turn your head to the side, face that way for me. It goes through the nose and the mouth, down into your windpipe, and then it goes to...
Your lungs.
Okay.
Which are kind of like a balloon that goes up and down.
Yeah. And why does it go, how does it go up and down? What makes it go up and down?
The air. When it gets all packed in, it goes down.
But it's your rib cage that moves it, right? And that's what forces the air in. And then out. So it goes into one of two lungs. And there are two lungs. You get your right side lung and your left side lung. Okay? And they both do the same thing. But then we've still got a ton of oxygen. Remember, this guy, oxygen, then has to get to the rest of the body.
Yeah.
It's just trapped in the lungs. So how does it do that?
Well, it usually goes through stuff like veins.
Almost.
Oh, bones. Yeah, they go through bones. I don't know.
Okay, so let's try and imagine. You hold that for me? Let's imagine all the oxygen is inside the lungs, in small little pockets of the lungs, and then it has to get to the rest of the body. And it does that through rivers. And you can see these rivers. This river is moving in this direction. And what's going to happen is these oxygen molecules are going to jump onto these little boats. And they're going to travel around the body in these little boats. And these little red boats are called...
cells.
Good. And what colour are they?
They are red.
And they're in...
And they're microscopic.
Yep. And they're in what kind of river? What's the river called? It's blood. Mm-hmm. So they are called red blood cells. All right? So the oxygen, when you breathe it in, goes into your lungs, into the small little pockets of the lung, and then they're going to jump onto the boats on the stream, called the red blood cells, and then the bloodstream is going to carry it all the way around the body. But before it can do that, it has to be pumped around the body, agreed?
Yes.
All right.
Which your heart does.
All right, so let's imagine all this blood has now become, and we're going to call it red, because we're going to colour it red because it's got oxygen in it, okay? So the oxygen from the air has gone onto the little boats in the blood, and it becomes red, and then it's going to go into the heart. And what really is the heart? What does it do?
Well, what I know is that the heart isn't like this type of heart. Mm-hmm. When I was in grade 1, mm-hmm. I saw a picture of it, and it looked like 2 big feet.
Okay, well, it kind of looks like an apricot almost.
Yeah.
And what it is basically a pump. So every time the oxygen goes into, the red blood cells go into it, it's going to squeeze. And it's going to squeeze really powerfully. And it's going to pump the blood all the way around the body. And it's going to go to your brain. It's going to go to your eyes. It's going to go to your lungs as well. It's going to go to your tummy. And if you're really, really, really running and exercising, it's going to go down to your toes and to your muscles all around your legs. So listen, if you do a big, big, long run and you're really, really tired at the end of it, what do you do with your breathing?
You breathe really fast.
Really fast. And why do you think you're breathing really fast?
Because you're using a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, so you
and
demand...
that oxygen has to quickly run out of your mouth.
So you're right. When you're exercising a lot, your oxygen demand by every little cell inside every little part of your body, especially your muscles, is really, really asking for the oxygen. But also, you want to get more oxygen in and more oxygen out. More oxygen in and more carbon dioxide out. More oxygen in, which is why you breathe faster. So, once all the cells in all the body have used up the oxygen, the blood is then deoxygenated, which means it has no more oxygen in it. So then it has to go back to the other side of the heart, and then that part of the heart is going to go poof and squeeze that blood back to the lungs. And when it's gone back to the lungs, what's it going to do?
It's going to
Pick up some more oxygen.
yeah.
Going to pick up some more oxygen and come back to the heart, and it's going to pump, and it's going to send it back to the body. The body's going to use it again, and then it's going to get sent back when all the oxygen's been used up.
And that's really quick in about a millisecond after a second. So it's really fast to breathe. These cells go really fast.
They do, they go around the body. And how do you know, how can you feel your blood pressure, your blood pulse? Okay,
Right
good.
here.
Yeah, so what you need to do is find your thumb and then work your way down the thumb with 2 fingers and hold on to it just there. And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I feel it. It's
You can feel your
bumping.
pulse? Yeah. So that pulse is basically your heart squeezing the blood, and it's going from here all the way around my artery down here, along the artery here, and here.
You may want to explain what an artery is.
So an artery is the stream. It's basically the stream, and there are 2 types of stream. One is an artery which takes oxygen blood. Yep, that's it. To the organs. So whether it be muscles in your hand, or your fingertips, or your brain. And then when the oxygen has been used up, it's then sent back via another stream, which is called a
Veins.
vein. Good. So you can see some veins on my middle-aged body there quite easily.
And
There you
these
go.
little cells, they're microscopic, so they can easily slide through.
The red blood cells?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little talk, Dr. Atrey Junior.
Yes. Even though I'm not a doctor.
But I'm hoping that some other parents who have other specialties are going to go and talk about other things. And I think your mum, who's a dietitian, is going to talk about dietetics next.
Bye.